The ancient lake has been formed by a steep-walled caldera produced during the Toba volcano's eruption, the largest known volcanic eruption on the planet in the past 2 million years. The powerful eruption, an extremely rare event, is called a supervolcanic eruption. When viewed from space, the Toba caldera is one of the most striking volcanic craters on Earth, measuring 100 by 30 kilometers.
Lake Toba is an extraordinary natural wonder of the world. This enormous crater lake consists of an island almost the size of Singapore in its center. At over 1,145 square kilometers and a depth of 450 meters, Lake Toba is actually more like an ocean. This is the largest lake in Southeast Asia and one of the deepest lakes in the world.
Using a car is the easiest and safest way to get around, but you have to rent from either Medan or Pematang Siantar. Use a car with a high ground clearance and preferably one with lots of power. The majority of roads around Lake Toba are unpaved, save for the major road. Even the paved one may be in very bad condition, with lots of potholes.
Toba is a place to sit back, relax and absorb some beautiful pristine scenery. As you sit and take in the view of the picturesque mountains set against the cool clear lake, you will feel the worries of the world melt away. As the lake sits 900 meters above sea level, therefore the climate here is cooler, which gives a well-needed break from the heat, humidity, and pollution of the city.
Getting there is a bit of a trek along winding and sometimes bumpy roads, but the landscape along the way is jaw-droppingly beautiful in some places. On arrival though, we realized the drive was more than worth it. From numerous vantage points, the views back across Lake Toba are extraordinary and you really get a feel for its sheer size. More awe-inspiring is realizing the lake is a vast crater blown out of the Earth's crust tens of thousands of years ago.
The water buffalo, also called the domestic water buffalo or Asian water buffalo, is a large bovid originating in the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia.
Venture onto the island of Samosir in the middle of the lake and you will discover mountains steeped in cool mist, clear waterfalls to swim under and locals taking their water buffalo out in the fields.
Local transportation around the lake takes the form of boats, cheaper school boats with limited schedules and more expensive public boats that operate throughout the day. The ferry dock of Parapat is the major access point for the Samosir Island. From there, jump in a local minivan towards the Parapat bus station. From there you can reach nearly all the big cities in Sumatra and even Java.
On June 18, 2018, Lake Toba was the scene of a ferry disaster, in which over 190 people drowned. MV Sinar Bangun was an irregular operating vessel on the lake which capsized with many passengers on board. The incident caused the death of 190 people and injuries to a number of others. Preliminary reports found the vessel was in operation with irregularities. Ignoring overloading on the vessel and operating in rough weather conditions were concluded as the main reasons leading to the disaster.
Several harbors on the mainland have ferry connections with Samosir Island. Most common is the Parapat-Tamak route. Public boats from Parapat and surrounding areas sail from either Ajabada Harbor or Tigaraja Harbor to Tuktuk or Tamak, at Samosir Island. The boat runs every hour, with the last one at 6 p.m. Some ferry owners are tourist hunters and will overcharge you. Try to take the ferry with wooden benches inside and the light green ferry.
On non-peak season, usually only one of the ferry operates. The ferry ride over is fantastic, just truly peaceful, apart from the car radios playing, the ladies selling peanuts, bottled water, noodle or pretty much anything else. Normally some of the passengers and vendors will be able to speak English. Landing at the other end of the 1-hour ferry journey is daunting, but again, behave like everyone else in Indonesia and just push, ever so politely, but firmly, and eventually you will get off the ferry and onto the main road. If you are not bringing vehicles along, better use the boat service as it's faster.
Being that Tuk Tuk is situated on a small island means that there are no local taxis to get around with. Fortunately, however, the area is small enough to easily get around on foot or even by renting a bicycle for a very nominal fee. A popular means of navigating the no taxi issue is for travelers to rent a motorbike or scooter to nip around the island, without hassle or worry about walking back to their accommodation in the dark.
Located on the island of Samosir, the traditional village is protected by surrounding barriers of earthen ramparts with bamboo fencing and trees. The village also dwells in many unique and authentic traditional houses, especially from Tamak, which consists of a row of massive wooden houses with striking saddle-shaped thatch roofs made of sugar palm fiber.
The island has a magical, almost otherworldly quality and seems far removed from the usual hubbub of Indonesia. Its laid-back vibe contributes to it being extremely easy to get around whether by car or bike. We visited the villages of Tamak and Tuk Tuk and found them ideal places to sample local food, shop in the markets and scope out accommodation if we chose to stay on the island overnight.
While staying overnight is ideal, so you can wake to the beauty of a Lake Toba sunrise, a day trip does provide plenty of opportunities to explore. Spend time meandering along the island's roads, taking in the scenery through rice fields and small farms with occasional stops in villages to buy local wares or learn a little about the island's Batak culture.
So, you've spent a few days exploring Lake Toba, Samosir Island, and many other cool places in North Sumatra. Before you get back home, something important crosses your mind. Wait, I haven't bought anything for my nephew and niece. This thing frequently happens, don't worry.
If you're looking for excellent gifts to take home from North Sumatra, you can shop for beautiful arts and crafts made by the Batak tribe. By buying local products, you're helping the local community to survive, especially in the middle of a pandemic.
Besides being known for its culture and natural attractions, Tamak is famous for shoppers. Its souvenir market is located right in front of the dock and by the lake. It has become the biggest of its kind in Samosir Island. Thousands of types of products, ranging from yulos, keychains, accessories, handcrafted wooden carvings, Lake Toba-themed clothes, jackets, sculptures, Batak weapons and more are available here.